Hey, it's SickBoy from the Gaminganarchist Collective, and welcome to the top 10 gaming-related Dickheads video for October 2013. Now, things are going to be a little bit different, but before I go into that, I'm just going to cover for those who aren't aware what this video is. What this video is between my previous video and this video. This will be the list of the top 10 people who have made me think, oh, you fucking dickheads. This isn't necessarily a person or people, it's a company, it's whatever, it'll be a thing, but it's not necessarily the most evil, it's not necessarily any kind of criminal activity, but what it is when I look at it and I just think, Jesus fucking Christ, you twat. So it's more of a kind of an exasperated irritation rather than, these people are all evil. So, those of you who are aware of this series, there are going to be a few changes. Now, those of you who watch my channel and subscribe will know that I now do my Anarchic Eye videos Monday to Friday to cover as much news as possible, which I'm enjoying doing, and I think guys are finding that it's actually quite handy. So, a lot of these things are going to be taken directly from the Anarchic Eye, and so what I will be doing is I will be just giving a quick recap, and in the corner you'll see an annotation. With a clip from the other video, and you click on that, it should take you precisely to the point in whatever video I discuss it, so it'll pop up in a new window, and you can watch the analysis in the video, and the links and everything will all be there. Okay, just to save duplication of effort and to save you guys watching me discuss the same topic twice. Okie dokie, so let's get the ball rolling. Okay, well, number 10 is going to Interwave Studios for their shoddy dark matter practices, that when they released the game, it wasn't actually a complete game, it was actually episodic. It was sold as a full price, it was sold as a full title, came out, turned out to be episodic. The point where Steam pulled it from sale, and GOG offered refunds after they changed the description, so if you bought it before the description changed, we'll offer you a refund because the game's clearly episodic. You shoddy fucking twats. That is fucking fraud right there. You don't just get to sell a game and go, oh, we thought it was okay because we ran out of money because we didn't get our Kickstarter, so we just released whatever we'd fucking made, put a could be continued screen, and then offer to sell later episodes. Fuck you. Well, number 9 is going to be Ubisoft. Luckily, they would have been a lot higher down this list if they hadn't have done what they did. But they were going to add a Uplay passport. Uplay is their DRM login system that they've been using to gate online content. For example, Far Cry 3, you couldn't play the online until you registered a Uplay passport, which is essentially an online pass. They did the same thing with Assassin's Creed 4, and it turned out to be for in-game single-player content. Now, due to the public uproar, they removed this. This is no longer a thing, but it's worth mentioning because it's shoddy, it's shifty, and it should never have been done in the first goddamn place. I'm glad you've learned your place, Ubisoft, but take this spanking like a man and accept the fact you as an organisation fucked up royally. Number 8's Nintendo, and it's Nintendo for yet again misunderstanding the internet. They see something they dislike and they move in immediately to copyright. Now, not only has this been a case where they will flat out ban any video with content of theirs, which is pretty shitty. I don't think they understand that. I've brought them up on this in the past. But now, with regards to the Street Pass, being able to send pictures and drawings to each other, they have now banned that functionality on the 3DS because they found that kids were sending basically pictures of dicks to each other. Christ, you need to move with the times, Nintendo, and you really need to understand how the modern internet age works. You cannot censor everything you dislike. It's a sad fact of the world. I wish everyone who I disagree with would not disagree with me, but ultimately people do, and people do things that I don't like. Now, we have laws and things in place to ban these things, but doing a drawing of a dick on your 3DS and sending it to somebody, come on. Well, number 7 is kind of a joint one, going to both Sega and Creative Assembly, because I'm not entirely certain who's responsible for what with regards here. Firstly being because Total War Rome 2 was a shoddy piece of work. It was a glitch-ridden nightmare that required significant patching, multiple patching before the game was even properly playable. That is a fucking disgrace. And Sega, you're publishing some really shitty games lately. You really need to look at your quality. Now, secondly, and this is something that I mentioned in a previous video, They are charging $2 DLC to add gore to the game. Yeah, they're adding gore to the game and they're charging you for DLC. They're not just making it a download in order to stop it being by default a high play, because of course downloadable content isn't really covered by the same ESRB and PEGI rating system, so I get why they want to separate it from the main title and keep it at a lower entry level so they can get a wider market. Fine, but you're charging for it, you scrubby fucks, and I don't care that you say it's about adding it's adding more particles into the engine, it's about the particle physics, and it's all, well, you should have developed that in the first goddamn place. You've done it in the past, selling bloody gore packs for your Total War games. You need to stop that shit. It either has gore, or it doesn't. It doesn't come without it, and then you charge it to come in. Put in a gore code. Someone mentioned in my previous video, do what Mortal Kombat did. Stick in the gore code there. If you're not going to do it, don't fucking do it at all. Do not charge your fucking customers for what they want. If I personally want to buy a brutal, full, total war game, to me is a brutal war game. You don't sterilise it and then charge me to make it an adult title. Get fucked. It is not a casual title. It is not a children's title. It is clearly, and always has been, a fairly hardcore title that is generally played by the older gamers. Teenagers old enough to handle mature content, and adults. You don't need to put it in. This isn't Sonic kart racing. It's Total War. So quit that shit. Well, number 6 is going to Willard Foxton of The Telegraph, the UK newspaper. Now, he wrote a blog to say that the government's plan to teach children to code, which is frankly a really good idea, is a dumb idea. And the reason it's a dumb idea is because people who like coding are incredibly dull weirdos. Those were his words that he put into print in a blog on the Telegraph website. This man, who looks like you wouldn't want to leave him with a child for more than 10 minutes, for God forbid he looks like a molester to me, is worried that only weirdos do coding. Well, listen to me, dipshit. Just want to explain to you how the British economy, how in fact the economy generally in the West is working, okay? Because as industrial powers, we are all waning. All stuff is being manufactured in third world markets. They're being manufactured in India, in China. Some other consumer electronics, some of the more high-end stuff is done in Japan, but in general, it is done in the large, growing powers. Generally in the brick-M markets. Okay? So it's including a lot of South America as well. It's including Mexico. It's including Brazil. It's China. It's India. It's Russia. Get your head out of your ass, you fucking twat. We don't make stuff anymore. Britannia no longer rules the waves. We do not make every bloody printing press in the world. We're not the #1 producer of nuts and bolts. What we make is high-end products and services. This is how our economy works. We make, for example, particular kinds of pistons that only work in particular high-end engines, things like that. Because we have the education system and we have the resources to make expensive niche products. We also, fuck nugget, rely on services. Services are things like white-collar things, like financial services, like banking, like consulting. Just general office work, and that includes coding. Because you cannot necessarily, the coding is something that we have. We are a major exporter of that. Because we have a highly educated thing. We have people come from all over the world to come to America and come to the UK and other Western countries, and they work and they do coding. They work in software. It is a major growth industry, and you fucking necklace chubby twat, and yes, this is me calling you a chubby twat, you round-faced prick, unfucking-leavable. You ignorant fuck. Considering you work for the Telegraph, I thought you were all about progress for progress's sake, and in fact teaching children to code is a damn good thing, because it's better than getting working at McDonald's or digging a fucking ditch. Teaching them to code will give them a future, will give them a area in a growth industry. You fucking ignorant twat. Get back under your fucking rock. Jesus fucking Christ, you're an embarrassment. Christ almighty. Hope all the Tories are looking at you and laughing in your fucking face, you stupid prick. Because what you are is bad for business. Number 5 is going to Wild Games Studios. The reason it is going for that is because they released Day 1 Garry's Instant, a unimaginable piece of crap. Now, I'm not here to shine the white flag and be a knight for Total Biscuit, but I will, however, say this. What they did to him, they pulled his video and then claimed on legal grounds that basically he was profiteering off their work and that was copyright infringement. The reason that you get a list on this Dickheads fuck nugget is not because I am desperately defending Total Biscuit. What I am doing is defending the fact that you are a fucking cancer, because what you are doing is turning around and saying, I want promotion. I send you a promotional code. I want you to review my game. But if you profit off it, I will try and shut you down and threaten to sue you. You fucking selfish, greedy little prick. If you produce a product and you send it out to be critiqued, it is critiquable. This is even worse than companies who come out and they'll pull videos because they go, we didn't give you permission. You sent him a review copy, you scabby fuck. What do you think he makes his living on? On the ad revenue of his videos. And he has substantial ad revenue. Now, the funny thing being is that video was seen by, what, maybe 100,000 people or something? I know for a fact now that that video, where he has brought you up on it and taken you to task, has made way more views than his slating of your shitty little game. So, congratulations to be absolute fucking twats of the age and coming up as absolute pricks without a leg to stand on. I sincerely hope you try to lawyer up over this, and I hope you get torn to shreds, you bunch of fucking cancerous dickholes. Well, number 4 is going to EA. EA because I didn't think I'd have to mention SimCity again, but I will in sort of tandem to a bit of enjoyment. EA because they won the Shonky Award. Now, this is an Australian award given out by a consumer rights group, and they gave it out on the grounds that SimCity was an abhorrent piece of shit, and it was. The reasons they gave it out were the fact that they actually had a phone line for customer services for Australia. And it was at a ridiculous premium rate. It was multiple Australian dollars a minute to phone up and complain about the game that you sold them, that you knew full fucking well wasn't fit for purpose. On day 1 you knew it wasn't fit for purpose. Day 1. You knew it. You didn't update your website with a free phone number. You didn't offer them refunds. A lot of people who went to you and asked for a refund, you cancelled their Origin account, you scabby fucks. And I'm glad I get to bring it up again, just because you deserve to have this hammered into the ground. I am so glad that you are starting to make a little turnaround, EA. But lest we forget, you are a bunch of shifty fucks. And we should all be very, very cautious of you. You have no trust from me, and I hope you have no trust from a great deal of gamers the way you carry on, and this award just gives me a nice reminder to everybody. I can just let you all know, remember the shoddy state of SimCity, or remember what fucking twats they are, and be very cautious before you trust them. Well, number 3 is going to Sony. It's going to Sony because they came out in a loose data that they've pulled a number of features from the PlayStation 3. They're not going to be on the PlayStation 4. Now, the PlayStation 3 has had a long history of being a much better machine on day 1 than it is now. Not all due to their scabbiness, but it went from having more USB ports. Now it has 2 USB ports. It used to be backwards compatible. It is no longer backwards compatible. It used to allow you to run Linux on it. Now, granted, they did it for security reasons, but you now cannot run Linux on it. Fireworks going on outside because it's the 5th of November. Anyway, well, it's 5th of November in 2 hours. So clearly they're getting very, very excited about Guy Fawkes. Whoop-de-doo, because it's not Diwali, because Diwali was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Anyway, that's irrelevant. God damn you, distracting fireworks. Right, so they have moved the PlayStation 3 is a worse product at the end of the cycle than it was at the beginning. because of all this. Now the earlier machines, they also had the yellow light of death, which was not great either. So they took out these functionality, and it was a shitty thing to have done. Now they've already removed a lot of functionality with the PlayStation 4. It's no longer backwards compatible. They're offering games through the Gaikai server eventually when it comes out. And they're going to charge you again for those games, no doubt. There's a lot of things. Of course, they're charging for the PSN, which they weren't before, which is they are still a better prospect than Microsoft in my book. However, it used to be a very fully functioning media server. I use it as a media server, funnily enough. If I play music, if I watch videos, thankfully, my telly does that. So I don't actually need to worry about the PlayStation doing it for me. However, there's one difference between my TV doing it and my PlayStation doing it. My smart TV doesn't allow me to pause videos that I run through my server. PlayStation does. That's why I tend to use it over my TV. And you've taken that functionality away. You took away the functionality to play MP3s. To play MP3s. Just to play them. What the fuck are you doing? On top of that, there's also the day one patch, which is removing the DRM that I full well warned everybody about a long time ago. All those people trying to blow their trumpets that they've come up with it, some kind of magically new thing. Have a look at one of my earliest videos where I slammed them for precisely what they've done. So, you're welcome. Those people who are out braying that they've invented something 9 months after the fact, tough shit. I was there first. Anyway, they've had a lot of problems. They have come back and they have said they are looking to address these issues. But the fact of the matter is the PlayStation 4 is not the machine it could be. Is it a better prospect to me than the Xbox One right now? Yes, it is. Could it be better? Yes, it fucking can. Just because you want the devil, Sony, does not mean you get a free pass. Fix this shit. Make your machine better. Because let's face it, your finances aren't looking good. You know you've had a bad quarter. You know your revenues have gone down. You need this machine to be a success. Give us what we want. Anything Sony can do, Microsoft can do better. Fucking hell. You would have thought, weeks before the launch of their console, they would be on a roll of PR. They are. They're on a roll of shitty PR. Between it coming out that the 720p for the Xbox One, that's shitty. COD compared to the two machines, that the PlayStation 4 can run at 1080, and the Xbox One has to be upscaled. That is some shoddy shit. You hired Jonathan fucking Ross, one of the most... so many people... Not one person has gone, I really like Jonathan Ross. And if you do, that's fine. But you have a minority view there. You can't be pulling in all the cool kids with Jonathan Ross. Come on. I'm not mocking him for his speech impairment, just for being a tedious twat. What the fuck are you doing? Refusing to comment on the fact that your machine does not run at 1080 yet, natively. That you're going to wait till the dust settles. Christ! You just have issue after issue after issue of PR spurting shit. It is an unbelievable mess you're putting yourselves into, and you need to do some serious messaging and fix some shit. On top of all of this, your terms of service have updated. Update your terms of service, make sure that you check that all your third-party email addresses are the same as your Xbox Live one. Do you know what? I don't want to give all my stuff to you, Microsoft. I don't want to use an Outlook.com address. Do you know why? Because you give information to the NSA openly. You've admitted to it. Why do I want to give you my business for all of my private emails, all of my accounts? The NSA doesn't govern me. I don't recognise them as an official body. You are just giving them to a third party. That's as far as I'm seeing it. I am not part of the United States society, part of their government. They have no fucking right to see what's in my email address. They want to, they can come extradite me for something. God knows what that'll be, other than calling them cunts. Maybe stick me in Guantanamo Bay for calling you a cunt on video. But let's face it, it's not the first time I've called out the US government for silly shit. Pretty much all about the NSA. Microsoft. You genuinely could not make a positive PR message if your life depended on it. You really, really need to do a turnaround and not rely on just fanboys to sell your machine. Because that's all there is right now. There may be those who think the Kinect is an amazing device. They're a minority. Why do people buy your machine? Why are people so supportive of your machine? Because you believe it's more powerful. Because they believe in the pair declared. Because they believe it has more exclusives, which isn't fucking true. Because of all these reasons, it's more powerful, it's all this, and it's actually not. If you say, I want to play Dead Rising 3 more than any other game in the world, and Forza, and I don't have a PC and I want to play Titanfall, there's your reason for buying your Xbox One. That's your call to make that decision. Personally, I'm going to go for the machine that gives me the better quality, and the company that is at least, when they're being shoddy, at least they're contrite. At least their CEO comes out and goes, sorry, we upset you. Microsoft comes out and goes, oh, fuck you. We'll talk about it after you've given us money, bitches. Well, you can get fucked. And if it wasn't for something quite serious, you are damn lucky not to be at number one. And it's something I've yet to report on. And that is that the Extra Life charity, when they did their charity game-a-thon, it was DDoS attacked. Now, what that does is it just kills the website stone dead. It's in fact an illegal activity. It's considered cyber terrorism, a DDoS attack, and they attacked the website during their stream, during the charity stream, which meant that thousands, potentially millions, I don't know, of people were not allowed to give donations to a children's fucking charity. Unless this charity, unless Extra Life are the front for a child pornography or child sex slave ring or something, you have no moral leg to stand on when it comes to this. You fucking toxic, evil cunt. I hope your mum gives your dad AIDS and he goes fucking mental and rabid and kicks your puppy to death. You motherfucker. How fucking dare you? How fucking dare you? Do a denial of service attack and ruin a charity event. Really, lose money to a fucking children's charity. You fucking evil twats. I hope everyone you love dies in fucking pain. There is no justification for this. There is no apology for this. Unless all of a sudden they turn out and go, well, actually, this charity was so that they could fund paedophiles to go and rape babies. If that was the case, then you would have something to show for it. You would be proud of what you did. You'd have a reason to say, I was protecting people, I was doing something good. No. You petty, bitter, horrible fucking human being. There are no words for someone who does that. That is fucking awful. That money was going to save the life of children. And you cared about that so much. You so wanted to prevent that. You cared so much to fuck that up. Why? Why do you care so much to fuck up a charity like that? It's like it's a bad cause? What, you hate children so much you want them all dead? What, I don't get it. You fucking sick individual. I can't, there's not enough swear words. There's not enough, I cannot literally, I'm telling you, I cannot illustrate just how fucking furious I am and how much I hope that you are found and fucking injured and killed in the worst way possible. Now, I wouldn't do that myself, and I'm not advocating violence and murder. However, if it happened, I would do a happy fucking jig. You motherfuckers. I hope you feel fucking proud. You pricks. And I hope you get fucking caught. Sick, sick motherfucker. Or motherfuckers. Either way. It's despicable. There's no other words for it. Just fucking despicable. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there before I bust a blood vessel, because I couldn't hate an individual anymore. Really, I can't think of many things they could do to be any more vile than that. Well, actually, I can. There are many worse things they can do. But on the grand scheme of things, when it comes to top 10 gaming-related dickheads, there has been no individual or individuals as scabby as these fucks. Just to announce, I have every intention of doing a top 10 dickheads of the year. welcome motherfuckers. You guys are prime candidates. Fucking hope your dog gets rabies and eats your baby. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Catch you guys later.